Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. And today we're not talking about Raid Shadow Legends. We're talking about Raid Shadow Legends content creator drama. So if you're not interested in that, which I can really understand, then you just X off the video, right? There's no relevant raid content here. I do tend to do these videos though and give my thoughts on it. I feel like my perspective tends to seem to be quite different from most people. So I feel like it has some value, but I don't know. Again, I guess part of the message of my video I want to give is to be cynical. And you should be cynical about it, and you should go, well, nubkeks, you're going to make money from the views on this video. And that's exactly the sort of way you should be thinking about this stuff, I think. It's important to be a smart viewer. But look, anyway, let me give you my thoughts. Basically what happened, Stu made a video and it turned out calling out Hell Hades specifically. I actually saw he's done a second video since then. Hell Hades has done a video responding to it. I actually really recommend my favorite video on this whole topic by a landslide. It's actually the video by Chosen. I thought Chosen did a really, really good breakdown, a sort of fair assessment on both sides. I didn't agree with everything that he said, but hey, that doesn't matter, right? I thought it was a really good video, and 2 thumbs up. I thought it was a great discussion video. I'm going to go in a slightly different direction from that because it's kind of like the video I would have wanted to make, honestly. Chosen it. That's what he did. So I'm going to go in a slightly different direction and just talk about it. Basically what happened is Stu is calling out a particular type of sponsored video, right? I've done sponsored videos on my channel before. In fact, I've got one that's going to be out next week with Skillshare, which is very different. It's like you're paid a flat sum up front. And it clearly discloses, I'm always very careful to clearly disclose that it is a sponsored ad in the video. And it's like, probably about a minute to minute and a half of the video will be an ad for Skillshare in that case, who have been a really good brand to work for, by the way, really good. But that's one type, it's a flat sum. It's clearly disclosed. What Stu is calling out here is what does seem to me, I'll be honest, to be quite a gray area, which is revenue share sponsorships, which is where a company, in this case, we're talking about games. So the most current one is Eternal Evolution, which is ongoing. That basically they come in, they say, you can go make videos in our game. And for everyone that installs the game via the link that we give you, your personalized link, we will pay you a proportion of whatever those users spend on the game, right? You're going to make a basic commission. You're going to make commission on all of their purchases in the game. And apparently this is very common, which I wasn't super aware about, but especially with gacha games where people obviously spend a lot of money, right? But apparently there's lots of games that this has happened with historically, right? This is just a current example. And it's that question of, how should you disclose that, really? That's what I want to talk about. There's a lot of personal attacks in both of these videos and Hell Hades' response. I thought the Stu one, I thought it went way too personal. I did not like that. I thought that Hell Hades one went personal, but I can understand why, because he was attacked first, right? But it's a bit of a mess, to be honest. But basically, if I come over here, this is like a content creator dashboard, right? But you've got this thing here, a paid promotion. If you accepted anything of value from a third party to make your video, you must let us know, and we'll show viewers. And you click this. Basically tells viewers, it pops it up at the start of the video very, very clearly that my video contains paid promotion, like a product placement, sponsorship, or endorsement. It was the one thing that the biggest thing that Chosen said that I disagreed with, which was more of a technicality. I sort of said it as an offhand thing, but he said like this is a law made by YouTube, right, by Google, which is definitely not true. This is definitely, YouTube didn't make this up. This is this is like trade regulation. This is governments. This is courts. This is here to protect consumers, basically, and make it clear what is advertising. That's the purpose of it. It's about protecting consumers, which is important. So the question is this, what is the legality of this? And also what is the morality of it as well, right? Because like when it comes into it, let's say Hell Hades makes an Eternal Evolution video. He has a link in his description where if you install the game via that link, he's going to make commission. Let's say, hypothetically, I think Stu said 30%. Both Chosen and Hell Hades disagreed and said 30% is extremely high. It's more typically 10 to 20%. Let's lowball it, say 10%. People that install that link are going to earn, you're going to earn 10% of whatever they spend. Should you disclose that as a paid promotion? And that Hell Hades hasn't been doing that, right? What should you do? Well, legally, here's the thing. I don't have a clue. I'm not a lawyer, right? However, I do feel like and quite possibly legally, you're not required to do that. For example, what do we mean when we talk about, this is in YouTube help for content creators and partners, right? What do we mean when we talk about paid product placement, sponsorships, endorsements, pieces of content that are created for a third party in exchange for compensation? It's where the third party's brand, message, or product is integrated directly into the content. Endorsements are content created for an advertiser with a message that users are likely to believe reflects the opinion of the content creator. Sponsorships are pieces of content that have been financed in whole or in part by a third party. They generally promote the brand, message, or product of the third party without integrating the brand, product, or so I don't know, like maybe legally it's not part of this, right? This Eternal Evolution or any of these games, this commission-based promotion is not maybe technically part of it. My opinion, though, very simply, and what I'd recommend to other content creators, Hell Hades, or anyone, right, anywhere to do, if I was doing this, I personally would tick this, right? For me, the question comes up. It's a pretty simple question, right? Would Hell Hades make those Eternal Evolution videos if he did not have this revenue share deal with the company? I mean, unless your answer to that is 100%, of course he'd make these videos in the exact same way. If it's even like, oh, I'm 99.9% sure, like if there's any question, like I just feel like why would you not tick this then at this point? That's what I would do. Again, I don't know if you legally need to do it, but in my opinion, it's just the right thing to do, right? It's about protecting consumers and letting them know as soon as they go into the video that, there is a monetary incentive in here, like a direct thing that is linked into making this. So that is what I would do. that is genuinely my opinion. That is what I think. But yeah, again, I don't know if it's legally true. And I will say in the case of Hell Hades, I did see Darth Microtransaction made a video saying that this could be defamation. There could be lawyers involved and all this sort of stuff. Like, I have no idea. So I would definitely check with a lawyer first. I believe he's part of a talent agency, so he can do that. And I would check and just make sure, to do everything. But because there's all this nonsense going on, right? But again, my thought on it is I would want to click this and I'd want to just make it clear to viewers that, like, yeah, because it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with sponsorships. There's nothing wrong with this sort of stuff. Like saying like, hey, because it can all be true. You can say, hey, right, I am getting paid to cover this, but I really like the game. I want to cover it more. I mean, I want to diversify the content on my channel. All this sort of stuff. They're all completely valid reasons. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this. But it's about, in my opinion, it's about consumer protection and making it clear to people. Because, when money is involved, things can change. And it could potentially be a lot of money. I mean, that's I guess what we could end on. Like, let's say you got 1,000 people to go in and spend €100 and you're getting 10% of that. Like 1,000 people spending 100, like that's 10,000, that's 10 grand, right there. I mean, if they did that, if they played for a year, spending €100 a year, and like, I mean, think about a game like Raid, people spend crazy money. Like if they did that for a year, that's like it's like 120 grand. It's like 3 times the amount of money of the average wage in Ireland, right? I'm pretty sure. It's crazy. That's a huge amount of money. I think it's only fair to indicate. What I do, I just tick this as long as you have that contract with the company. And then, I mean, once your contract is over, you could go through and remove this tick and say, hey, it's not a paid thing anymore. I'm happy to have this up and I'm not making any money directly like for promoting this game. But look, again, legally, I've no clue, but I think it's just the right thing to do. So that's what I would say to any content creator, really. There you go. That's my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.